Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am back from a nap, and we are going to play more War Thunder while we can. The event is now live. Will we get to the end of the event? I don't think so. Probably not. We'll get that funny French biplane. That's what we'll do. We'll get that funny French float plane that we will not use until Navy comes out, most likely. Jesus Christ, Dancing Fool, you're really doing the numbers there, but welcome back, sir. Thank you for resubscribing. Welcome back to the show. So, yeah, earlier when the patch launched, we found that everything is a fucking mess, but the Char2C works out totally fine. She's got some problems, but it's down to problems that are, well, you saw coming. You're a KV2, you don't really have that great of a response capability for multiple threats, but when you clicks the man real fucking good, and he's dead. Shame about the F-16, though, and it glaringly lacking combat flaps, but who gives a fuck about top-tier gameplay anyway? I'm just there because, well, I get street cred for being there. It breaks up the action there. I just, we go up, we fly into the merge, we make one turn, the game's fucking over. That's basically it. Not because we die instantly, because everybody else dies instantly. It's usually how it goes. But anyway, okay. Let's get back onto this because I have downloaded the HD packs for both ground and air because, it's kind of depressing, honestly, looking at it at low quality. This may prove a detriment on the ground, but in air, it was just unsightly. It didn't really offer you any advantages, and jaggy dimension made it actually hard to spot dots, and that's kind of actually limiting for gameplay. So, in a strange way, ultra low quality is helpful for tanks, without thermals anyway, but it's actually a detriment for air. That's odd. But anyway, let's play more Char2C. Back to being French. Home. We are back to click. Drinking mostly water. Don't worry, I didn't do something unwise like, make coffee or something like that. I had three fucking monsters this morning. I'm all right, but yeah, hydrate. That's what's left of my lunch. Okay, so let's try down here. Let's be different. Usually we go just up here in A to B. Let's go down to C. Let's go to the train yard as a train. Let's see what happens.
Prepare to engage.
Dead man is bush. There's another Char2C over there. There's another Char2C over there. So that's 4, insofar as I can see. No, yeah, 4. Trains in a train yard, more likely than you think. What's on this train? The pride of France. Well, as you can see, she does look a whole lot better at high definition. It's nice, more shit to look at. However, as you can see, a lot more shit now, but I turned down the foliage, or turned down the grass, as it will not help us, and doesn't look all that good. So, this should be operable, and hopefully, it's still entertaining, even though we're playing. We're kind of crippling ourselves for a pretty picture. That's essentially what it is. That's what it's always been, really.
Another zone captured. We have the advantage.
I enter the train yard. However, it looks like most of the enemies went to A. Oh, wait. No, well, there was one, and he was immediately knocked out by something. Yep, yeah, the two... yep, nope. This is a Daimler armored car. He's burning very brightly now. So there are enemies down here. Yeah, I gotta mount a key to binocs, though. The seal's incredibly important with this tank. You can't just rely on looking around with the turret and the gun optics. You really need some kind of magnification that isn't determined by where the turret's facing. Oh.
We've captured most of the strategic zones.
Well, he's right there. Look at this guy in his smaller land ship. Is he dead? Did you kill him? You certainly shot at him enough. Yes. Looks like the vast majority of enemies are at the AB region. Oh no. Well, yes, Nancy, you no bully the small trades. However, that's the great value land ship. That's a landing craft. I help. I knew there was someone there. I was hoping the bush wouldn't really get in the way, but nope, click the man. Man's dead. All right, continuing on. The advance continues. Kind of want to get out of this area, though, just in case anybody comes careening down that side. Big open area, really don't want to be here if somebody comes down this one, even though they totally could, but it looks like the enemy's smart enough not to drive down here, so it's kind of like a, you know, it's kind of equal. They don't want to drive down it because they'll get immediately shot by me, but I don't want to hang around here just in case someone gets fucking cheeky and tries to rush me. Problem is, that is an enemy spawn over there.
Attention to the designated grid square.
Oh. Oh. He's behind the fences now. So now we got a problem in that, yeah, we're a little bit far forward and we're gonna have to turn around. I hope that wasn't a tank back there. There's a dust cloud got kicked up.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
The fuck was that? It didn't do nothing. It mildly damaged my well, I guess I'm looping back around. All right, we're asserting authority over this area. This is now my domain.
Keep it up, and victory will be ours.
Ah. And somebody blitzed forward and captured C. Son of a whore. Soon as we left. However, we shouldn't need C. However, obviously, yeah, we're probably gonna have to go back there, and me driving forward this far is probably gonna result in a bad time. However, there is that AA gun we should probably get rid of because we don't want rapid fire tanks anywhere. Ooh. That's a Matilda. Range! 250. Fire! How did that... granted, the Matilda's really fucking strong, but how did that just hit the commander's cupola? That'll kill a king tiger. Well, hello there. Yes, I'm unfortunately disabled here. That is unfortunate. As you can see, you can die really fucking easily in this thing. Well, that's about the... Yep, that was about the range. That's about the range! Good enough. Who is shooting me from this direction? He managed to hit a grate. Or there's some kind of, utility pole here. Ah, there. Ah, Wait, where the fuck is he? Hold on, you. I'm looking for someone. Where did he go? Ah. There we go. As we were. Now to run very, very quickly forward before the enemy realizes that I am in fact here. Well, that's the Dishka. That's not that much of a threat. Distance to target. 220. Slightly above the pip. Wow, Matildas are actually shrugging that off really well. You would think 155 artillery shell. Oh no! Oh, that's that fucking. Oh, that's that fucking 20mm APC thing. Get out of here, you fucking more advanced concept than me. There's still 3 men alive in the tank. I can do this. The only problem is I can't move. Nope. Get out of here, you more advanced concept than me. No one likes you, you fucking power creep Swede. But again, unfortunately, autocannons are the bane of your existence in this tank and any of the other land ships. So that's just how it is. But, okay, so Matildas can shrug off 155 artillery shells directly to their side armor and their commander's cupola, which... That'll kill a King Tiger, by the way. And a modern main battle tank, so... Noted. Matildas are kind of hardy for this sort of thing. Okay. Did you give those LP a test? Not yet. It's a bloody Matilda. Yes, but we're talking about an artillery shell that can disable fucking Abrams by shooting them directly in the front. But it looks like, well, we could have... really, all of the action was on the other flank. We could have done something more there, but we caused enough of a distraction and took up the enemy's time long enough for... Yeah, our team is just kind of okay. We're great. And Matilda's dead over there, though, as you can see. That's our corpse over there as well. I don't see any other movement around. Oh, there's some fire down there. Ah, plane. There's that plane, and then there's that plane.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
Oh. I gotta give him more of a click. I gotta lead the click more. Gave him a couple of stiff clicks. More clicks. I'm giving him the clicks. Only got a couple of clicks left, though. Nope, too high. Leading it too high, should have just shot straight at him. Out of clicks. Oh no. Perhaps I can get him to fly into the ground like an idiot. Well, okay. I'm gonna hope there's some AA units in our area. Well, at least there's the other Char 2Cs are alive, thank Christ. Gentlemen, I could use your aid. I've lost him. Nope. There he is. Where did he go? He's directly behind me. Nope. And unfortunately, I couldn't get away, but I wasted his time. There's nothing else there. Unfortunately, I can't get away from things like that, and then if I'm out of ammo, I'm out of ammo. Unfortunately, I only got 2 kills. Fortunately, I got 2 kills before he got me, but once again, problems with disengaging. You'd think my enemy, you think our allied AA would be a little bit more active, but the one time I need my AA to be there and not instantly killing, land ships of some degree, they're not there. But okay, all right, maybe we can right the situation if we get in there fast enough. They're losing. Nope.
Operation complete.
Nope. Oh well. Well, we secured a flank. Somebody else came back and actually recaptured it after someone, broke through, but we secured the southern flank. Everybody else, had all the fun blowing things up in the northern flank, though. Didn't get as many kills as we really should have, but, not a bad start. Researching additional French tanks. Though, all things considered, what we should be doing here is we have to buy this. No, we have to buy this. No, and then we buy this, because it's 1.7, and there's really no downside in us having it. So, a backup tank of some description. So, I suppose, I suppose I could fly anything else, honestly, but I just like the click planes. So, what I'm gonna do is aviation. Just if somehow we have the ability to do this. That's the Sal 40, otherwise known as almost us. Well, almost a B2, or B1 rather. Almost a B1. Probably the only rational follow-on tank for this if you happen to die. Oh hey, look, the same exact map. But at least, well, there's only one control point to fight over, so we're all going that way. Large caliber HE shells may be effective against medium large. That's a nice screen cap for this entire little affair. Large caliber HE shells may be more effective against medium and heavy tanks than you might realize. Shocking as it may seem, the concept of big shell go bang may actually be effective against the largest vehicles in the game. And also some of the most advanced. Aside from Matilda.
Com-1, engage.
Am I alone? Yes, actually. I think I'm the only French player here. So what you're saying is AP all the way. I wish I had some form of AP, but it would probably be some anti-concrete round. But at this point, an anti-concrete round would probably crush its way through half the fucking tanks I'm fighting, even if it doesn't penetrate armor. There'd be a dent the size of the driver's compartment in the front fucking hull, which would probably disable the vehicle along with it. Yeah, I am the only, one of my type here. That's rather a shame. I'd like more support here, because this vehicle really needs support. More so than the other land ships, because you don't fire as rapidly. However, when you see the man, they're dead. Yep, they're all up behind that fucking hill. There's also an AA piece back there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the long way around here. We're gonna come around the south.
Attention
we're going to say 200 meters. That's probably more, but... Nope, higher. 300, something like that. Oh no, my engine. He is dead. Good, with the giant artillery shell got the attention of my entire team. Okay. Range. 200. God damn it. Any day now. Oh. Oh, it's that fucking Swedish tank destroyer, of course. I think that's the Italian one, though, my bad. As you can see, you can be very easily killed in this, and the problem is that you don't have the forgiving guns of the T-35. That's the most annoying part of that. If she had the standard 75, like I keep saying, it'd be a little bit easier to actually take shots and not have to sit there and try and assure the shot itself. But really, honestly, you're gonna have to do without the rangefinder in a lot of situations, because it's just too slow.
Our victory is near.
That might get better with better trained crews, maybe, but generally speaking, you're going to have to shoot that and guess, and get the guess right, or you're going to have a problem. You have the ability to one-hit enemy tanks the moment you see them, but you have to, because if you don't, you instantly die in a lot of cases, or you're so disabled that you might as well be dead. Oh look, another 2C. Have to get good at hip fire. More or less, with the hardest thing to get good at with hip fire, a single large caliber shell that has a very low velocity and a very bad arc because it's a World War I artillery piece. So the hardest possible thing to get good at with a hip shot. It's got everything in that shot, and honestly, I still wonder why it's 1.7. There's really once you actually sit down and play it, you don't have any advantages over really any of the other land ships, and they're all 1.3. You're 1.7. Why? Once you actually sit down and seriously play the vehicle, you'll realize that, yeah, this doesn't have any advantages over a T-35, and in some cases, the T-35 is actually far better. Yes, you can one-hit the guy, but the T-35 can also one-hit people casually, and even if it doesn't, the correcting shot to secure the kill is only seconds away. Or actually, nearly instantaneously if you wheel the other gun around. If you get good at, switching between the guns on a T-35, you will put 2 rounds on a target in a blink of a fucking eye. Usually that's enough to kill basically any target. Always wondered how effective these would have been in World War I if they had continued. Well, it's hard to say what they would have done against actual tank-sized targets, but, well, the biggest thing you'd have to worry about is driving across trenches and getting stuck, and then maybe being hit by artillery, but good fucking luck actually having accurate artillery fire. Granted, it's the size of a house, but you'd still... Okay, that's a fairly flat trajectory, actually. Good. Oh, no. You should be fucking dead. Unfortunately, I'm in a bit of a bad spot here. I hope that guy doesn't start any shit. Kinda have to advance at some point. This is gonna silhouette me against the entire enemy team, but I kinda have to do something here. Oh, come on! Hey, friendly, please shoot him. Thank you! Thanks a bunch. A million fucking beefski armored cars causing me fucking immense fucking issues trying to advance. Miss. Wow, that's really not that fantastic. Well, at least the armor holds up.
A little more effort, and victory will surely be ours.
There we go. Well, the South 40's armor is at least respectable. There's that. Oh. Immediately knocked out by a plane, and there he was down there. Wasn't looking that direction. Oh well. If you pen with this one, it does good damage. You would expect that a 75 would have, a French 75 at this point would have acceptable pen to deal with, rank 1 tanks, but video games. See, the problem with the French is they all have not the greatest everything, even though they probably should be one of the better nations in this time period, but War Thunder doesn't stick to this time period. As you can see by every other vehicle, honestly, it doesn't... You're fighting vehicles you really shouldn't be fighting, but they're the only vehicles they could have given any other nations to have low-tier vehicles, which fucks with the dating of the actual event and makes you less effective. What am I getting here? Ground realism? Okay, I guess because that round... Well, those other rounds ended. Why didn't I get any points for that? I got points for the tornado, but for not even playing, so what the fuck's going on here? It says rank 1. Huh. What about the ALR-44? We don't care about tanks that are higher rank than us. It's over there. That's 5-3. Why the fuck would I go up there in a 1-7 vehicle, even if it's the Char 2C, which you can, blap suspiciously large vehicles with this and get away with it, but why the hell would I want to go up there? Though, that, generally speaking, that might be better because the tanks are all larger, easier to spot, and they'll come around slower. Let's go down here and take the long way around, I think. The LR-44 is a post-war vehicle. It's going to be good, but I guess France has that major issue of suddenly, accelerating the post-war vehicles because there's nothing else aside from American Lend-Lease. But she's kind of an uncomfortable tank to play unless you are actually totally in on the whole KV-2 situation. You like that? You're gonna love this tank. Me, I still actually kind of like the T-35, and it's really painful that we don't have the 75 on this thing. It would make the flaws a lot harder to see. Huh? Ah. Alright, hang on. Yep. Oh, no, she hung up on me. Great. Everyone's going over there, so I suppose I'm going to be the surprise lone land ship roving through the desert. Hopefully no one spots me. But aside from the gun, she still has the ergonomics issues of... She only has one turret. It's fairly easy to disable that one turret, even though... It's not disabling the turret, it's disabling the fucking crew in the turret. Because having the crew get stunned is astoundingly painful and happens with basically every hit. Which is incredibly fucking annoying. But for some reason, the turret ring is very hard to disable. The breach could use more hit points, because if somebody actually really shoots at it, you will actually kill that relatively easily. With really any rapid fire gun at this tier. So I feel like this is, once people understand how to disable this thing, it's really gonna become quite painful to play. Because people will eventually get it. The thing about the T-35 is, while you could disable both turrets, it's still very hard for you to do that. Because while you're shooting one turret, he could very easily wheel the other turret around and kill you instantly with it. So while you could, focus down the vehicle in a way that disables it, you're still liable to get shot while you're doing that. This thing, it only has one gun. So if you disable that one gun, it can't hurt you. And yes, Tanya, yes, the champagne has been left all to her lonesome. Who will drink this lone bottle of champagne?
Attention to the map.
At least we have better, prettier pictures to look at. There is that. But yeah, it looks like the entire battle's going on over there, and I picked the wrong way to go around. But I will appear suddenly in the enemy spawn, around their control point, and then we'll see how they react to this. It looks like there's a fierce battle going on at the front. We're losing slightly more tanks than them, but we still have reserves. They've lost 2 people, we've lost 2 people. We appear to have additional reserves, however.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go down to the... Well, actually, I shouldn't go down to the road, because that's the enemy spawn.
Attention to the map.
But they're all probably spawning north anyway to get over there, so that's not that big of a deal. There's really no reason why we shouldn't get the TOG, but the TOG is probably going to have a lot of the same problems that the SMK has, wherein it's not that great, because it's really hard to use it, and you're dealing with vehicles that, well, they can pretty much instantly disable. It's, to some extent, having to deal with the lower tier vehicles and their inadequacies and anarchisms gives you some advantages in this type of vehicle, but at the end of the day, the TOG 2 still does have a 17-pounder, and that's quite effective. It'll be an incredibly good platform for the 17-pounder as well, because it doesn't really move around very much, even when mobile. But there's no reason why we can't have the TOG 2, and it's actually a little overdue for that one, but the Char 2C has been overdue for literal years. Okay, I guess I'm gonna back cap the point here in a Char 2C. I took the longest fucking route to do that, though. Ah. Hey! Oh no. As soon as I get over here, one random guy in the other spawn decides to be behind me. Look. Where did that go? Once again, the breach. It's very easy to disable. You see, I did all that work for nothing now. I'm just gonna die. Again, if I had more than one turret, I'd probably be able to kill some of these guys, but this is... You get surrounded and you die. It's the most painful part of playing this vehicle. It's actually really not that good. I would love to actually shoot back, however, unfortunately, I do not actually have any guns to do so. I'm at least making them waste ammo. You see, you're very hard to kill, but you can't do anything whilst being hard to kill. That's the bit. You can be easily disabled and put in a situation where you can't do fucking anything. But at the end of the day, you can't fight back when you're being disabled. So your additional durability that you might get is worthless. And the T-35 has less of this issue because multiple turrets. So, once again, the major problems with the Char 2C. You can't really push it that far because if you're left alone and surrounded, you'll instantly die because multiple people shooting at you will disable the tank, and even if you don't instantly die, oh, nice looking man there. But even if you don't instantly die, you can't fight back, and that's the most annoying part of the vehicle. And again, this is higher than the other land ships for some bizarre reason. It's 1.7, and the much more capable T-35 is 1-3, and all as are the other land ship. Again, I cannot figure out how the fuck that works. I really do not understand how that works. I have the possibility for worse matches than the situations that I'm already in. And why do I have that? Oh, because funny 155? The weapon is actually more of a detriment to the vehicle than an aid. So, yeah, I'd like the, whatchamacallit, the Normandy's up armoring with 90 millimeters of front armor and 60 millimeters of side armor. That'd be fun, but that'd actually have to be up-tiered. That's effectively an incredibly large B1. So that'd actually have to be like 2.0 plus. It'd be funny, though, but that'd actually have to be like above 2.0. Does the Char get equipment? No, you don't get anything. You get a fire extinguisher, that's it. So with the immense amount of instantly lethal things, I'm amazed and wondering why this is 1.7. It's probably gonna get a battle rank reduction rather quickly. Because yes, while it can one-hit everything, it has crippling flaws when it does so, and at the end of the day, in practice, as someone who's actually played the other land ships, it's not any more effective than any of them. And those are all 1-3. Why am I higher? Why do I get to fight, 2-7 vehicles or higher? What's the deal? But we have to actually get around the problem of being instant killed. So it looks like, honestly, you shouldn't be alone in this vehicle. You can't really go off on your own, because if you get stunned, you can't do anything. You're really moving with the crowd, but actually finding out where the crowd is going at the start of the game is kind of annoying, since apparently you can't see where everyone spawns. That's actually bullshit, just a fire extinguisher. Granted, it's a World War I vehicle, so it wouldn't really have anything more advanced than that, but again, it's also higher ranked than the other interwar vehicles. So, I don't understand the dating for this one. Artillery for this thing would be funny as hell, but I don't think this thing even had a radio. I think that we're still working on signal flags. Actually, there is a radio. It's right there. There's the antenna for it. That'd be interesting, because frankly what this vehicle is a mobile command vehicle, more or less, an MCV for your advance. You really shouldn't be not near your allies. You need them for support. You'll kill everything instantly, but also the amount of firepower is rather unnecessary for doing that, but you'll instantly kill anyone that comes near you. Having a bunch of friendlies to be canaries in the coal mine for you is, well, that keeps you alive. There's somebody going over there, but fuck knows if I'm gonna get that range. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go this way. We're gonna make this turn up here. So really what you're doing is you're part of the advance. You shouldn't be going off on your own, and also on top of that, you shouldn't be trying to engage targets at incredibly long range, even if you've got the rangefinder to do it. What I find happens is you'll just get distracted and someone will sneak up and shoot you. If you have support, this is less of a problem. But really, it's you're on the front line, and you've got a very narrow cone of engagement. Within that cone, you are instantly lethal, but you have to keep that field of vision very narrow, and that scope of your combat extremely narrow in order to use this vehicle successfully. Because the moment you go outside that scope, you're gonna run into immense fucking problems with how sluggish the vehicle is and how slow it is to re-engage targets. Or I suppose if you're gonna go after long-range targets, don't ever miss. That's the thing about playing this good. This actually is partially skill reliant. Don't miss. If I sit here and play this, for long periods of time, which, well, frankly, I don't really have anything to do, anything else to do but do that, because why not? It's not like anything else in War Thunder's calling me with any sort of amazing, sort of provocative, anything really, any sort of urgency or, allure. So why wouldn't I play this for long periods of time?
Another zone captured. We have the advantage.
I will blab. Cover me, I'm going in.
A little more effort and victory will be ours.
Okay, it was a Sherman.
Defend the C point.
You go backwards faster than forwards. Yeah, I don't know how that works out, but yeah, you do. Oh no! There's also the planes. There's also, unfortunately, the planes. Oh no! Instantly dead. Sometimes they'll survive that, but not often. Yeah, well. You see, I play the South 40 and the collect, but I just want to play more of the Chartreuse. That's what I want to do. We're still in the learning phase of what we can and can't do to this, but this is incredibly vulnerable in a lot of ways that the T-35 really isn't. And she's got some things that you need to specialize if you're going to play this vehicle. So, have you learned to speak KV2? In terms of actually being able to, like, snapshot targets at, medium to long range? This is the same deal. This is what you're doing. That's the skill issue of this tank. Never miss. If you never miss, you've got less problems, but you can sometimes miss, and the shells will, as we saw with the Matilda, hit a tank and not do anything. I one-shot Shermans, for fuck's sake. I'm not sure why the Matilda decided it was going to be durable out of all things. And hey, look, the same map. So, there are some things that you can master to mitigate the flaws of this vehicle, but you still have the problem of she only has one turret by design, and that's ineffective in this kind of vehicle. Funnily enough, she needs to be more impractical. She needs to be even dumber. That's the defining feature of land ships in War Thunder. You have to be like the T-35 or even more ridiculous. Effectively speaking, the most effective land ship in this game would be the fake Stalin's Orchestra tank with, 3 turrets and a Katyusha rocket rack. Actually, 5 turrets, because the KV-2 turret in the middle usually has, a BT-5 turret at the top for whatever fucking reason. That's fake, but it's entertaining. So go full meme. Yes, go full meme and never stop. You need multiple turrets, spaced some distance apart in isolated compartments, perhaps. And then you'd have, different firing guns, faster firing guns, obviously, at least in this tier, to be effective. You wouldn't really want anything larger than a 76, because it's not going to reload fast enough. It's not going to be brought to bear fast enough, too. The gun's going to be slow, and the turret with the gun in it is probably also going to be slow as well. The 76 in the T-35's turret is about as slow as you want a gun to be, in bringing to bear in reload speed. So you want somewhere around, like, 40mm guns, 30 to 40mm guns, 57s perhaps if you've got the space. So something like, it equipped with 6-pounders would be rather interesting. But Russian 45s with their incredibly good fucking APHE those would be rather effective. But basically what we're designing is the T-35 with more fucking turrets. This is what we're doing right now. More crew, more turrets, more memes. And you'd actually be more effective. Not like, oh, well, you put more armor on the tank and it'll survive. Nah, man, just put more turrets and crew in there. Give me another BT turret so I have an excuse to have, like, 3 more crew. And then give me another turret, and another turret, and another. Maybe put some machine gun turrets as, like, holding cells. They're completely worthless. But they'll hold extra crew for the turrets that get knocked out so they can continue operating.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Thanks!
The enemy's getting closer to victory.
I think there's a tank down there, but he may have retreated. That guy's dead. A Stuart rushed up, and I thought that guy down there was disabled, but now he's disabled. Now he's dead. Also, oh, for the love of... Well, you can't kill me from back there, so I'll get away. He can keep shooting me, he won't kill me. A better crew would most likely be effective for the repairs as well. That's generally effective, but usually, you know, critical damage unless the enemy is completely removed, like my teammates are doing right now, and this valiant Char 2C is assisting me. Usually, it's instantly lethal. Is there anyone shooting him? Because I swear to God, I know the struggles of my fucking people. Okay, we're gonna go this way. They've retreated. Oh, so there was a guy there. Nope, still alive. Now he's dead. Okay, good. That Char 2C down there, he's holding the advance through the center of town. We're on the flank. I know the struggles of my people. They get disabled instantly in the middle of the street and then slowly shot to death. They are durable and hardy. However, their ability to do anything is almost immediately destroyed. Oh, for the love of fuck! There's no way of getting around that. Oh. See, more people are on this than they usually are, but I guess it's a new patch. But oh well, fine. Plane. You see, I haven't been bombed this much in like the T-35 in ever, honestly. So this is kind of new. Playing the T-35, even in its release heyday, you were not hit by aircraft this much. I suppose what we could do is we could try arcade, but we kind of know what we're getting into with arcade. So we could try arcade, but we kind of know what we're getting into arcade. We get a pipper, so that means that we will very likely never fucking miss our targets. However, so does everyone else. But since we have... I already got that, you dumb fuck. But since we have, since we know we have the durability to be able to survive, even when shot at, it's that we will die slowly. And the enemy never really misses. We're the size of a house anyway, so they don't really need it. So maybe that's an advantage they don't really benefit from all that much. Yes, they could hit us. They could utilize the pipper to hit us more accurately, and statistically they may do so, but we won't really see a difference in terms of how things usually go because nobody ever fucking misses me anyway. So perhaps if I give them that advantage in order to gain the advantage myself, they will benefit less than I will. They already didn't need the accuracy pipper to hit me. I'm the size of a fucking building. Also, I move a little better here, too. How about that? Probably because it's concrete, but...
I'm sorry.
And probably also will have more shitters, because most people are only playing realistic battle mostly for the rewards of doing so. So perhaps maybe arcade is the better situation, even though... Yeah, it's not really being shot. It's not really the enemy targeting you that's the problem. It's being surrounded in situations where you can't fight back. The thing is, though, if one enemy shoots you, you're not likely to die, but you will be almost immediately crippled and unable to respond. That's the issue. But that hit is coming. It's gonna hit me. They almost never miss. So... okay, fine. You get the amazing laser rangefinder pipper. You didn't need it to hit me. I, however, get it, and I've got a gun that's actually kind of hard to aim, that I really need to aim and hit every target I shoot at every time. So again, maybe that's assisting me more than it is them. So maybe I can actually cede that advantage because I will benefit it, in the long run, net gain more than they will. Also, I feel a little bit faster here in arcade, which is funny. But again, I suppose, why am I playing realistic battle? I'm not really using the RP to research anything. I mean, I suppose I've unlocked Era 2 tanks. Era 2 French tanks, which is, okay, great. Am I gonna play that? No. Why am I playing French tanks? To play this tank. this tank, and only this tank, and perhaps if they add the other 2 variants we could possibly have, the standard variation of this vehicle as it was produced, and then the Normandy's up-arming, I will have 3 of these tanks to use, and that will be my lineup, because why not? That's what I wanted. Why wouldn't I do that? I suppose in the end, that's actually probably the advantage of this tank, that you can potentially have 3 of these in your lineup if the Gaijin decides to add them. The T-35 only has 2 major modifications. I think there's an early and a late one. We have the early one. There's a sloped armor version, which isn't that much more effective, but it doesn't have like the radio aerial around the main turret and stuff like that. It's not. I think it's got also T-70 turrets instead of BT-5 turrets as well on the for the front guns. Not quite sure. I've only seen it in blueprints, but I know there was one build that the Germans blew it up. Or rather, it got stuck and the Russians blew it up. So there's also the T-100, which is essentially the SMK with less armor. That could also be added as well. It'd be nice to add more land ships to this entire game. It'd be fun about this, so you can actually have a force of land ships. You have all the, you know, the obvious weaknesses. You are slow. You are very easy to see from the air. Your armor kind of just doesn't exist, but you have a hit point pool, more or less because of your crew. And effectively, yeah, the more crew in a land ship, the better. So you have as much crew as humanly possible, crammed into areas that will likely not be all knocked out with a single hit. So you have armored bulkheads. So basically what we're doing is we're literally playing a ship in tanks. It's what we're doing, honestly. In terms of the optimal land ship design, that's what you do. Obviously, you want things like speed and armor, but you don't need them. And that actually gives kind of a fair handshake to all of the other players, you know, playing normal vehicles and rank 1 vehicles, because you don't need armor, or so much armor. Where did that shot go? You don't need so much armor that you're at the point where you're unkillable. You can, you can take hits and be damageable, and will die if they shoot you enough, but you can actually survive long enough to really do something with all of that, too. Is he dead? No. Okay. Oh. I figured you didn't have him, but you see, he shot me. That hit my tracks. But he has a pipper. He didn't need it. Look at the size of me. Good gracious, I'm fucking gigantic. Does he really need assistance? Does he really need assistance to hit me? Maybe if he's bad at the video game. I, however, kind of needed a bit of help there. So yeah, maybe arcade is the optimal situation. Maybe attempting to play this in realistic battle is the first mistake. You could get good enough to just kind of wield the gun around, but maybe there's just so much shit that can go wrong in realistic battle that it's just not worth it. And generally speaking, you're not going to be making much money. You'll make RP, but you're not going to be making much money at all, so you're not really seeing any benefits from it either. Arcade makes your traverse much better, too. At least, I'm on flat concrete, so that might be part of the advantage. That might be part of where the advantage is coming from. But I do feel like I'm accelerating and moving around, so it might be just the tarmac here that's helping me out. Also, yeah, the turret traverse is a bit faster, too. Well, that's more like a T-35 in terms of maneuverability. Ah. Ooh, that was on, but he was going too fast. Whoa! Oh my God! Somebody call 911! There's a bit of horrible car accident! Let me get the jaws of life, click! Too fast. That man is watching too much Girls in Panzer. No, tanks don't actually work like that. And if you try to do that, you will likely what just happened will likely happen. You will flip over like an idiot. You looked cool though, but you died. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no! Yeah, 8mm machine gun, kind of absolutely worthless. You also just don't miss, because you saw I have enough of an issue already after that guy shot me. So yeah, just don't miss, ever. But in arcade, you actually have a really easy time doing that. And this will show you exactly where you need to fire really quickly, so you can actually train an impulse based on range.
Mission complete.
Like,
Return to base.
With the pepper there, you could basically start to... If you sit here long enough, you'll start to associate the size of targets, or typically seen targets, with actual ranges, so you don't have to actually think. And, that's what I could do, what I was doing in the T-35. That's why I'm so fucking good in the T-35 with actually putting the shots on target. Yeah, the arcade pepper helps me out here, but typically I don't need to aim the 45 because the trajectory of the shell is incredibly flat, and I know it's not very far off the point of aim, no matter what fucking distance it is. Need a little bit of help with very long-range shots, but not much. And also, yeah, that's about the same fucking RP that we were making anyway. Why the fuck am I playing realistic battle? Yeah, no, don't play realistic battle. Okay, new thing. Just play arcade. That's it. You don't really... You don't gain anything from playing realistic battle. And in fact, you make yourself more vulnerable to enemy players using planes to bomb you, because that's actually a thing that happens out there, because they have more control over that situation. Here, planes are a kill streak, so it's a little harder to use, and most people who are playing Tank Arcade don't want to use the kill streaks. They want to play their tanks. They will have some people who do that, but it'll be less often and with less initiative and precision. So, more seals to club is what I'm saying. So yes, why wouldn't you want to play in the bathtub of idiots that is arcade at low tier? Why wouldn't you want to play at literally the first thing that somebody plays when they actually get into the game? Why wouldn't you want to play against the dumbest, most uninformed, ignorant people that you could manage? The people who literally just got off the boat. And then encountered your boat, and whatever boat that they're on now got immediately sank by your boat. To be honest, I didn't like realistic modes. It could be better than it is, but honestly, as I'm looking at this now, you don't really have any advantages. And after playing this thing so long, yeah, you're gonna get shot and it's gonna hit you. So there's no like, oh, well, if they actually have to know how to shoot in order to hit me, right? Oh, well, they could miss at long range and that could give me an event. Actually, no. They're not going to miss you. Everybody was really you being shot is incredibly common to the point of being a far gone conclusion. You will be hit. So the enemies having assistance to hit you doesn't really matter. They weren't really going to miss anyway. So if we're thinking about it in a high brain sort of capacity of like, oh well, if I had more turrets, then I could all of my guns wouldn't be immediately disabled, and I have a bigger advantage than having one big gun with one turret with one big gun in it. If we're thinking about it with a really if we're going into like meta concepts like that and understanding like underlying constraints, why don't we use the fact that nobody will miss me anyway to our advantage and get ourselves a lead pipper and better maneuverability while playing arcade, and potentially less people playing fucking planes. Whenever I get genuinely pissed off, I play arcade mode to blow off steam. Yeah, it's incredibly vapid and useful for what it is, but it looks like, yeah, no, this is an arcade machine. That's probably why it's 1.7, most likely, if you're accepting the fact that, if you're an amazing arcade bucket. Like that guy hit me. Oh, I hit a fucking pole. Actually, that guy's actually having trouble hitting me. You have a fucking that guy must be new. You see, maybe that's also a thing we have to consider as well. That people with elite pipper may also just be so fucking dumb that it doesn't help them. Where is it? Hang on. Where? Yeah, he's shooting signs out there. I know I can see the Su-76. Where is he? But there he is. Oh, it keeps hitting trees. Damn. Yeah, that'll just knock over basically anything that it hits. Like this fucking locust really wants me dead, doesn't it? But we see there's so much shit in the way that it's absorbing all of the fire.
Strategic zones are captured.
I missed. We have to equate travel time as well. We got to get used to that because that missed because the shell didn't get there in time. It was on target, but he already moved. So now that I can actually make reliable long-range shots, I need to actually get into the motions of doing that. Case in point. So yeah, I've got that already suspiciously fast reverse speed is already it's even better in arcade, which is funny as hell. Also, additionally, I actually didn't consider this. You need to actually do well in your tank to get a bomber or a ground attack player, a ground attack plane. That's how this kill streak system works. So if you kill a bunch of morons very quickly before they can do anything, you'll see less bombers and ground attack planes, therefore less bombs, because you're denying the enemy the ability to gain points to get them. So if you're super good, you will shut down enemy people ever getting planes to, instantly kill you. So, Granted, you can't kill everybody, and your team will probably feed them points, but, So maybe arcade actually does have all of the advantages. You see, that's a fighter. He can't kill me. Also, what the hell happened? Oh no. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm more concerned about that guy. Oh no, my ass.
The victory is near.
Still alive! Yeah, also, still, being surrounded by multiple enemies is still, still a problem. And as you can see here, we could fight back. We can't. I will probably die to this next shot. Whenever the hell that actually gets out. Right. So that wasn't the 122. So, same problems apply, even with arcade. Do not rush forward into multiple enemies. You won't be able to respond fast enough to kill them. So you need support even in arcade, but things are much better in arcade in a lot of ways. And also, did he really benefit from having a range indicator? No, I was right in front of him and on the sides of a fucking building. So, okay, so maybe we had to play playing realistic battle isn't a totally worthless experience because you understand what the ship can and can't do. My problem with realistic is the constant helo drone spawn killing. Wonderful Gaijin mechanics. So, yeah, okay, so we understand a little bit more about how to use this vehicle and what we can and can't do. We just need support. I need platoon mates here. I need platoon mates with other land ships so that I am always moving with lots of support. We'll play arcade. It'll be fucking fantastic because it'll be incredibly vapid, and for the most part, we're fighting idiots. And if we come up against a smart person, that smart person will be unable to actually kill all of us quick enough for us to respond. Right? He will not be able to kill, like, 4 Char 2Cs before one of us kills him. And if we shut the enemy down fast enough, they will not have planes for which to kill us. So you could brute force this with enough numbers and support, but the thing is you need some kind of support. If not a land ship, then some other thing. There's something else. So what have we learned? Play arcade. Actually, follow in that old grandiose insult. Play arcade. Oh, look at this guy with his anti-tank gun in his land ship.
Attack the A-point.
The old standby insult of play arcade shitter. Yeah, actually, that's a much better situation for this. It has more advantages. So don't play realistic. Play arcade. That whole thing about having making up a great group composition for lower tier realistic battles, and having vehicles that can support or follow on to the Char 2C even if it gets knocked out in order to ensure the victory of the match. Yeah, fuck all that. Fuck that. No one cares about that shit anyway. Oh, I'm super good at assuring victory at low tiers. Wow, you're a seal clubber. That's it. So, it's not like I'm losing very much. We're seal clubbing optimally here. Optimal position, optimal bat shape, velocity. Everything's lining up. Well, Phonto, you should be following what the elites say and only playing to grind the event. Fuck the event. I'm not even getting points for the event. I'm here playing. They're not giving me any points. Though, granted, apparently the Kriegsmarine Tornado, the anti-ship missiles are radar guided, which means that it's the first radar-guided air-to-ground missile in the game, which is interesting. However, you're not gonna be shooting at ships with that anytime soon. Okay, where's the man? Where's the man? Where is he? I know he's there. Where is he? I can see the muzzle blast. Where is it? Where's the magic pixel? Where is it? Where is it? There it is! I hit a car or a fence. Okay, this bunch of rocks is actually providing actually decent cover. He's got my range, he's closer. However, I don't really have that much support. I'm gonna back up here and try and... no, track's still functioning. Okay, we're gonna back up and we're gonna try and use this brick of concrete that's apparently indestructible as a form of cover. Well. Steady, men, steady! Keep the fire up! I'd love to be able to shoot them, however, unfortunately, the gunner keeps getting stunned! Yep, and stunned immediately again. That's really okay, we're on target. Come on. Come on. Come on! I'm being shot by too many people. The entire enemy team's there. I'm being stun locked. You have a health bar, and you can be stun locked. Okay. So, again, don't open yourself up to too much fire. You'll get stun locked of all fucking things. Wow. Just when you thought War Thunder was a realistic video game with realistic no, actually, it's still a dumb, stupid video game underneath it. Actually, apparently, Hikari, people told me, and it says on the thing, if you look. Oh, it's rank 3 or above. It is rank 3 or above. Somebody told me it was rank 1 as well, because you see, you've got multipliers. But I suppose that's in rank 3 and above matches. Oh, but you see, you've got multipliers for ranks 1 to 3, and it's 0.8. So you'd make less, but you'd still, you'd still be able to get points in them. But you have to be in a rank 3 battle or above. Oh. It's rank 1 in event vehicles. I'm a premium vehicle. But yeah, event vehicles. My bad. I don't actually have any event vehicles that I could play there. Well, aside from this one. Actually, that's probably... No, that's still probably... That's not a gift vehicle. So yeah, that is that as well. For getting... You get to grind wherever you want in, if you have... event vehicles, which I don't think I actually have a single event tank. They're all premiums. Premiums should probably be able to grind the event, but nope. Premiums should be able to, but, oh well, can't be too pay to win. People would complain. Not that they, stop. But okay, so... Can't expose ourselves to multiple, areas of fire there. I suppose this progress here was from, the couple matches in the F-16, which they calculated. It's incredibly easy to get. So, I suppose, if anything, I don't want a T-80. But okay, so, stay in lanes. Try to stay in cover. Don't run out into the open. Try to limit the scope of the enemies coming in unless you have, against... lots of support. That whole situation would have been much better if we had 3 more of these firing at all of the enemies in that area. They couldn't necessarily focus fire on us, on all of us. And it's very likely that even if they were trying to shoot down 3 of us, one of us, at least one of us would have gotten a shot. So actually, let's go. Let's change things up. We keep going this way. Let's go to the south. So Phonto, are you depositing any shekels on the new premiums? Aside from this one, yes, and I bought an F-16 because they did a dumb. Hello, sir. They did a dumb and they put the better F-16 before the worse F-16, but she's got flight model issues currently because they think that they can get away with that. And she also doesn't have combat flaps when... Yeah, I'm pretty sure all F-16s have fly-by-wire, and the flaps are automatic. But we haven't had that since the F-4E had its fucking Agile Eagle upgrades. You know, the automatic leading edge slats that they took away and have never brought back for anything. So I bought this. This is premium. This is what I wanted anyway. I was expecting problems. I've got them. But now I understand, after playing it for a day, 2 sittings in a day, we understand what we should be doing and how we should be doing it. We've ascertained what the play style and, mode of operation is for playing a Char 2C. It functions. You just have to be kind of ginger with it, and don't expect too much out of it. Yeah, the Japanese Phantom that they put in is some random variant that they put in. The only really good thing about it is actually, there really isn't any good thing about it. It gets Papas. Oh boy. It gets AIM-9Ps. Wow. It's still funny that the only thing that they gave the Japanese was AIM-9Ls on their Phantom. Stun lock! Now, can I get this? Come on. I could kill him. Yes, okay. So you could survive 1 stun lock, at least against that guy. But you will be stun locked when you hit. It's like, I have 1 billion health, but on first hit, I am stunned for 0.5 seconds. So, it's a really weird sort of, caveat, where... This character, let's say, is very durable and has very high endurance and very high power, but they're useless in the initial engagement if you get stunned, if you get hit first. So that's a weird way of balancing the situation, but yeah, so the stun lock basically means you're giving the enemy your free hit, basically, if you don't hit them first. So guys, about that BT over there, about that Christie man over there, is anyone gonna get him? Can anyone get him? Can anyone stop that man? Look at the tank, not at me! Oh. Well, it got near him. That should have shattered the ice and sent him into the lake like an idiot. Alright, bigger fucking problems. Somebody can shoot that one lone guy literally out in front of everyone. And somebody can deal with that. Boy, that bomb has 1 billion years to go off, doesn't it? Wow. Let me just push my, the corpses of my friends out of the way here. The entire ass destroyed in a single blow. And Martin sitting there reminiscing about the good old days of 1991. Hey, actually, wait a minute, Martin, what was the exact start date of the Gulf War exactly? What's the date? Oh no, artillery barrage. Anyway. She has a bit of an aversion to tracks. January 16th, 5 days after. Yeah, how about that? I'm 5 days old. January 16th, 1991. I was born January 10th. I'm 5 days old while 117s are bombing the shit out of, Nighthawks are bombing the shit out of Baghdad right now. Soviet Union collapses later this year. Baghdad is being ruined. I herald the death of nations with my birth. I'm apparently a harbinger of the apocalypse, says fate, really. Running away.
Attack the B point.
Oh no. Yep, got too far forward. You have such little, like, rampage capability because of how slow the fucking gun shoots. That's kind of infuriating, honestly. The death of hope. Yeah, I can't remember exactly, but... Right, so... Yeah, for comparison here, because I know I'm not nuts here, and I'm not imagining things, and that I would be more effective in the T-35. So if I wanted to be a little bit more comfortable with this and, less retarded, I would be playing the T-35, which I already knew, but let's compare. Need creative advice. Should I name the huge cyborg war machines in my universe after World War I and World War II tanks? World War I tanks, I'd say. World War II, that's a tad tacky. Literally everyone and their mother has done that. However, naming a cyborg C.A. Snyder is probably a little bit more cultured. C.A. Snyder's about a box of fun. It's a little bit more cultured to use World War I vehicles rather than World War II because, oh, hey guys, look at my amazing future anime scenario where all of the armored vehicles are named after German World War II tanks and everything else has gratuitous German attached to it, and we're just playing Signalis. Signalis is good, but it falls into that trap too. You just become the stereotypical meme of, a lot of Western writers do this too, but the Japanese writer that is a Germanophile. How many times have we seen this? Way too many times. World War I, though, a little bit more leeway there. To me, that would be a little bit more original. I wouldn't go into World War II vehicles because, again, you run the risk of gratuitous German and sounding out the same shit that everybody has done over and over and over again. However, most World War I vehicles, their names and their associations, there's no direct association that much. It's great that you could pull from history, but be aware of how tapped the well is. World War I, though, you don't see that terribly often, though. Look at Nier, even. Yeah, Yoko Taro is, he just straight up throws things like STG-44s and fucking Horton 229s into his fucking work. He just doesn't care. Oh. Samupa. Oh no! Wow. His armor's actually holding up. He still can't kill me, though. Aim lower. Wait, I'm playing realistic. That's why. I didn't switch the game modes. This isn't arcade at all. This isn't free and easy fun at all. Also, all of my turrets are now disabled. Oh no! It's the Shard 2C! Uh-oh, my death is imminent. Actually, I'm not dead. Wow. Yeah, I'm playing realistic battles. I'm a complete fucking moron. But as you can see, I didn't have my shot there. I was expecting the marker there because I don't know. My brain kind of My brain got confused for a second. That's why I kept shooting his turret like an idiot. I expected it to drop more. Is that an independent? Holy shit, someone's actually playing the independent. I'm very sorry, but well played, sir. Holy shit, people are actually playing other land ships. I am extremely sorry, but that's kind of what happens with the independent. Brave soul, that one, though. Okay, so we have broken the enemy's front line, and now we are proceeding into their spawn. You see, I'm just more durable here for some bizarre fucking reason. Oh. Right into the fucking ammo under the floorboards. You're hiding the ammo under the floorboards, aren't you? Bang. As you can see, this is realistic battle, too, so this is even worse. So yeah, I could have fucked up and died, but I got lucky and got out of it. But do you see how much rampage potential this tank has? Also, there's nobody in the front turret. Damn. The gun's actually disabled. We don't have enough crew to keep that moving. But the game's basically over anyway, so oh well. We're also just generally more maneuverable, but this is tarmac, so that's probably why. Uh-oh. Nope, we're fine. Everything's okay. I'd like to use my fire extinguisher, though. Okay, the fire went out. Okay, fantastic. Everything's fine. You just blew off my tracks. I'm okay. I have no air defense whatsoever. Hello, sir. Thank you for assisting me in the repairs. Also, that's something you gotta learn how to do. That's... You'll probably be less vulnerable in arcade while you're doing this, but having a bunch of land ships together and just basically making a heal blob so that when one repairs, 3 guys assist him, probably a good thing. Also, it pays to mention this is a max level crew and the French is nowhere near max. Can you resupply crew at bases? I don't know, but you get the free one. Oh. That's my ammunition rack. I'd rather not be sitting there. When does the spawn protection stop? The bullets are flying right through him, as you can see. Now we can damage him. Oh. Again! I thought he was here before, but... Why am I suddenly more durable? To, like, machine gun fire? That really should have killed me. But as you can see, notice how much more survivable I am. Well, let's go actually play arcade. So, that's a max level crew, though. That's kind of that's the joke there. They have all of the crew. Vitality probably helps out a little bit with keeping them alive and some other nice accoutrements. But that is a max level crew with the ace crew, if I remember correctly. So, but that was a realistic battle situation. We were totally fine. We got disabled once, but we didn't get knocked out nearly as easily. And oh wait, they're not actually max level. They have 18,000 points though. Actually, wow, yeah, no, they're actually not. I thought they were max level with tanks too, but apparently not. They're ace crew though. So I just use some of these 18,000 skill points here and just kind of patch this up here. I think we could probably make them ace now. Just throw all this shit in here and just make sure everybody's all just fucking great and fantastic. Leadership makes everybody's skills better. I don't think I'm gonna have enough to actually get all of the skills there, but yeah, we're gonna be short there. He has just the best skills anyway. He's fine. Yeah, just 18,000 skills gone in a flash there. But that's the driver, the gunner, the tank commander all full. Now we need the loader, the radio operator, which none of this matters. Yeah, okay. They weren't actually max skill. I thought they were, but they're max skill for aircraft. But, whoops. So let's play arcade real quick here, and we'll compare. So, as much as you'd want a whole formation of Char 2Cs, that's not pushing this as far as it possibly could. You do want to have the T-35 present. Generally speaking, because I believe that in comparison to what we've been playing all damn day long, it's much more capable and flexible in its role because of all its turrets, and strangely is more durable for some bizarre reason. But again, it might be the crew getting the crew's skill might be contributing to them getting fucking stun locked every single 5 seconds. Which, well, we're gonna have to train a French crew then. By the way, do not spend money on crew training. God help you. Don't do that. Just play the fucking tank.
Incoming message from Allied Forces Operations Command.
Okay, so now we're playing arcade with all of the morons. Obviously, we also have a higher top speed. It's 16 knots here. That's funny, but unintentional. I have not set to speed because of aircraft, but yeah, sure, we're a land ship. Why wouldn't we have a speed gauge in knots? That's 16 knots. That's only slightly slower than an American battleship of the interwar. It's only slightly slower than some World War I battleships. So as we found, play arcade, realistic battle doesn't really give you any advantages. It's rather disappointing like that, but realistic battle doesn't really give you any advantages, and in fact makes the situation worse, not in such ways that are realistic, but allows other people to use gameplay mechanics against you that makes your situation that much more delicate and perilous. For example, the enemy, if they have spawn points, will be able to spawn a plane and drop a bomb directly on your head. In arcade, if you shut the enemy down, they will never get enough kill streak points in order to summon a ground attack plane or a bomber. Meaning that if you shut the enemy down hard enough, you won't see any planes. Or you'll see immensely less planes. You can actually stop them from spawning at all.
Forces have captured a zone.
You're matching the speed of a Liberty ship. Yes, full of freedom. I'm delivering the freedom. One shell at a time! Alright. We're coming through here. Beep, beep. See, the Char 2C would be nowhere near this fast. Someone's behind us. It would be nowhere near this fast, and likely when I get into trouble here, it's probably it wouldn't be able to get out of trouble this easily either. Where the... Oh, because there's a wall. My bad. There's a concrete wall there. My bad. Or it's a brick wall.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
See, look at me go. The 155, you don't need it. It's hilarious, but you don't need it. All right, now we're gonna push our luck. Jesus Christ, I feel like a sports car after driving the Char 2C. I'm nearly twice as fast. I feel like a fucking BT in comparison. Now, I feel like I'm driving a BT5 or some shit. That's a really bizarre fucking feeling. Oh. Where's the other one? I know he's there. Ah, there he is. I have a rear gun to watch my back so I can actually just drive forward. See, look at this fucking thing go! Granted, again, nearly max level crew, and I know what the fuck I'm doing with this vehicle. I know what I can get away with and how far I can push it. But look at this fucker go! I'm like a fucking cruiser in comparison to the fucking crate we've been playing. Nope. We'll get him, though. Yeah, that guy's behind a building, so he won't have line of sight. Oh great, there's more ships coming at us. Or more enemies coming at us. I'm the only ship here. Yep, here he comes. Look at how fucking aggressive I can play with this. But you give up everything for a singular big boom, which doesn't really get you very much, as I said. What's the donation goal to play Orc Massage on the stream? Bribing Jeff Bezos so we could actually play porn on Twitch. I mean, this is already a horrifying massacre. I mean, Deku, are you watching it? We're already bending people over barrels and having our way with them. We're already doing fine there. Ooh! Do you see how fucking reactive I can be? I'm fast. I can drive out of danger. I have follow-up shots. I'm still basically one-hitting nearly every one that I hit. So, again, unfortunately, why the fuck? Why would you buy the Char 2C in comparison to that? Unfortunately, you just like the vehicle like I did. And it's rather disappointing that it's not this good. But again, this is 1.3, and the Char 2C is 1.7. Why? Look at the madness I'm unleashing. Why is this ranked lower than that? I'm fucking drifting around corners, I'm moving so quickly.
Attacking A point.
Now, granted, with the lightening of the load, the Char 2C in its base configuration is only like 60 some odd tons. I can't remember the exact weight. So the howitzer does make the whole, boat much heavier, thereby increasing the problems. Wow, okay. How are you not? Why do I need to crew snipe you of all people? Why do I need to make sure all your crew are dead? You're a fucking Greyhound. Everyone would have died with the first fucking hit. Yeah, and the Berlin Express decal has now been, like, strangely muted in aspect here. It must be a new age marketing, new age marketing, tactic there. It's the 80s. We're using, some strange new age art, art style here. It resonates with people today. Well, you're stun locked and not gonna do anything. You probably should back up and just run away. Unfortunately, since I probably disabled his driver too. Where's my rear gun? Whoops, didn't need it. I could have. That's why you need the alternate gun sights. Because I could have shot that guy with the rear turret, but I didn't. He was too far away. I couldn't actually get a good sight picture on him, so I didn't shoot. Probably should have though. But yeah, where are we right now? 11 kills! This is kind of just normal, though. This is fun, but oh. What have you, sir? Are you in need of aid? Do you have problems? Someone else has done a whoops. Hey, he stun locked me. Oh no, I can't shoot him. Front gun. Not got it. Live again. I'm attempting to help you, however, we're under fire.
Complete. Job well done.
Yeah, 13 kills. Yeah, that's night and day, fucking, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's all I needed to play out of that one. But so, yeah, as I expected, the T-35 is just the way better land ship in terms of what the capabilities of the vehicle allow you to do. It's also got serviceable speed for what it is. So, Granted, that was the best situation ever. We're all driving around on concrete. But, yeah! You're starting to see my point where I think, well, holy shit, we actually made decent money on that! Holy shit, we actually made an okay amount of money on that round, too! Yeah, I think the Shark 2C needs some serious buff. Needs to be dropped down to 1.3. Maybe have its reward multiplier increased. Give me the fucking 76, you shitlords. But so, yeah, now, when I talk so, at length about land ships, can you see now that I kind of have some experience with this, with these crafts of this type? Yeah? You see now? I hope so. They're not very hard vehicles to play, but boy howdy are they fun when you actually just go on an absolutely amazing rampage around and destroying the hopes and dreams of tiny reserve vehicles. This thing has major crippling issues, that some of which you can solve, but Jesus fucking Christ, I don't know why they didn't just give us the base model. Oh, I've got 700 crew points to actually distribute. Probably should use those. But also, so, play arcade. You're not winning anything. You're not winning anything by playing realistic battle. In fact, you make the situation better for you. Reminder, crew, you can replace crew anywhere, while realistic only allows you to in it at ABC point. Huh. I kind of noticed that before, but I wasn't exactly sure if that was what was happening. So yeah, you do get your spare crewmen wherever the fuck you want. So that means you get more survivability out of this as well. But you can see the issues here that are mounting with this vehicle. It's all of the advantages you'd think it has are actually not really all that advantageous. Again, the driver being more skilled would probably help here, but as you saw by the T-35, I was just fucking driving around like I'm just, I've got a sports car in comparison to this fucking thing. I like this vehicle, which is why I bought it. I didn't want this configuration. I wanted the base model because I knew exactly from my experience with the T-35 that would be better, and I'm right, really. I don't have more turrets though. That's unfortunately the shame about the situation. I can never have more than one turret, but if I have to have one turret, I'd like a rather quickly turning and relatively fast firing 75. An autocannon would be kind of nice in there, but we don't have that sort of thing. That's completely unrealistic. We'd never get it. Like, even downhill, this is only barely getting half the speed. Yeah, we're not gonna hit him. Too far away, moving too fast. Question I have about the Normandy, was she bearing the 75mm like the rest of her 8 other siblings? From all we know, yes, it was just an up armoring, it didn't change the armament. The Champagne is the only one that had a different armament for a time, but it was only like 3 years. And then they built her, rebuilt her back in her original configuration. Don't know why, but they just brought her back to standard configuration. She's the only one that ever actually got a different gun of any capacity. All the other ones, I don't think they were ever changed, period.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Stop moving, goddammit! Okay, now I have to hide so I don't get shot immediately by 2 people. My ass! I saw that guy up there. Ah! Oh no! Oh, and the gun is, and I'm alone, obviously, but the gun is also immediately just not able to shoot this guy. If I was playing the T-35 in this situation, even if I got disabled like that, I'd probably be able to kill the steward. I can't fucking move.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
I'm alive, but as you can see, you can be so easily disabled, and then you're being shot to shit and you can't respawn. T-35, we were shot. Hell, barely any of those shots actually penetrated, which was kind of funny. I don't know what the fuck was going on there, but barely any of the shots found their way through the armor. That's people with aim assistance. They just don't know where to shoot. This thing, I don't really know, you know, why this is so incredibly not durable. But I suppose it's mainly because it's one unified compartment, and so the spalling, you know, it goes basically everywhere, and thus everyone dies. That would explain a lot. But it'd be nice to have this vehicle in its base configuration a little bit lighter so it can move a little bit faster, and really, that's probably the best you're ever gonna get with it, but you honestly do not fucking need the 155, and honestly, you don't really gain anything by having it. Nice parking job. I know he's back there, but the shell probably will hit the fence. Yeah, what else is new? Being able to turn that quickly was very nice. Thank you, Arcade. Well, yeah, that's it for me. That was all I was getting, but at least I got him. So, again, we kinda got fucked over there because we were alone, but being alone didn't really stop us in the T-35. We were able to maneuver around fast enough to get out of danger. Granted, different map and different terrain, but we were doing pretty good there. But that was probably mainly due to the fact that there weren't really any long lines of sight that we were getting ourselves into. There was no elevation because it was all a city. That was working in our favor, but you can see how immediately crippled this vehicle can be. Again, it would just be so nice if we lightened her up a little bit and had a faster firing gun, because as you saw with the T-35, I one-shot basically everyone anyway. Or that second shot was real fucking easy, and, you know, they were dead. The only strange thing was the Greyhound, which was suddenly resistant to being shot, even though really have no idea what the fuck was going on there. He should have instantly died, but everything else instantly died, so, he didn't stop us, and neither did anyone else. But again, why is this 1.7? At this point, I think they're just throwing numbers at a wall, and they don't really give two flying fucks, but she's incredibly situational, and what you'd want to do is maybe get some added variety in, and then historical reference is another reason to buy the vehicle, like I did, but get some variety in for your landship vehicles, or be support. But generally speaking, you'd probably be better off with two T-35s. But I suppose having the last word in a tank is, you know, something to actually have. As a gameplay role, having a gun that will more or less, in all situations, aside from freak fucking accidents, one hit the guy, and he's dead, game over, you're not coming back from that, in terms of, you know, that vehicle. You're not accidentally surviving that under most circumstances. You're done. That has some worth to it. I really don't want to stand out there and be shot by that guy, though. So having this, dragging this along and then having it, support a T-35 or other land ships to, if you don't get this guy, I certainly will, to assure the fact that when the man gets hit, he's gonna die. That's about the only role I can see for this tank in a formation. In comparison to the other land ships. You hit the man, he will die, but you don't really need a 155 to assure that most of the time. So this is very firmly the support land ship. You're really more of a tank destroyer than a combat vehicle. That's a Sturmpanzer. I don't want to be shot by that. And thank you, amazing reload speed with absolutely zero care for, like reverse speed, I should say, with absolutely zero care for any kind of incline whatsoever. Nah, man, just go really fast in reverse. Don't. Damn, too high. Well, the bulk of the enemy forces are over here. Imagine if Shars had 275mm. Yeah, one in the front, one in the back. That'd be great. That'd be interesting. But you see, like that, last word, done, I shot you, you're dead. That's really the only strength that this has. You don't need it, but it is pretty much going to instantly remove a target the moment you hit it. So in a support capacity, making sure the man is dead, having the absolute assurance that the man will die when he is shot, is an advantage. However, it doesn't suit the vehicle for solo play.
The enemy has most of the strategic zones.
I'm just sitting here being a tank destroyer because fuck going into that mess. I'm not fast enough. I know I'm gonna get flanked here. I need some support too, it'd be nice. But about the best thing I can do most likely is just back up here and just play with the hills. Oh, here we go. We're gonna have an issue. Yep, we're gonna have ourselves a problem. Yeah, oh boy, yep. Help! 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 Come on, gunner, gunner. Okay, the turret's operational. They're tracked, though. We're still alive. We've got some reinforcements. Fan-fucking-tastic. We might actually live. We might actually live. We might actually live to tell about this adventure. Is what I'm trying to say here, as I'm frantically looking around, making sure nobody else is sneaking up on me.
The Allied forces have captured a zone.
It's 5 kills. That's pretty good, but as you can see, that was a very tense 5 kills to I barely got away with that. So the thing is, you firing in support is, you firing and killing the man, and maybe doubling up on a target by accident, is less of a deal to the other land ships because they're so quick reloading. What you're doing is you're making sure that guy we're all fucking shooting at here is dead. And there ain't no fucking, we can all move on to other targets and get on with our lives. Locust, the guys are on the minimap. You probably should look the fuck around, just saying. The funny fucking Japanese, oh, that's a Sturmpanzer. The Sturmpanzer's still alive? Oh, no. Great, the one guy I didn't want to actually fight, literally me. Or I wanted to assure that he'd be dead, far in advance of me actually having to come up here. Okay, we gotta kill this guy before he gets reinforcements, because if he gets a shot on us, we are fucked. Good. Fan-fucking-tastic. He's dead. Moving on. We have secured the area. So as you can see, you have to play very cautiously, more of a defensive capacity than anything else. You really have to use the terrain more to, limit the enemy engagements. You have to have some form of support. She's just not an offensive weapon, or rather, a very good offensive weapon. She is defensive by nature, or a support to other vehicles. Arcade makes this a little bit better than we were, the situation we had in realistic battles, but yike. Got him! Again, the war of big stupid blap guns, but fuck you. My shell hit you too. Why did it change? What the fuck?
Allied forces have
I killed him! That's out of water. But, alright, so. We kind of know what we're doing now. We're playing arcade. Do not play anything other than arcade in these. Some people would have said, oh, well, that's obvious, but really, the Char 2C is so fucking hamstrung by by basically its design and, its attributes, that playing outside of arcade is incredibly unwise, whereas it's kind of doable in a T-35, but not as fun as it possibly could be. This, in order to have routinely any kind of fun at all, you need to be playing arcade, unfortunately, because the eccentricities of the vehicle are just that awful. So we have, let's make sure that, actually, no, hang on, make sure the driver is actually fucking trained. The driver needs his training. Get that up there. Tank driving at maximum. You need as much help as you possibly could with that. We'll be playing this for a long ass time. So you know what? We'll have time to make all of this better. And also, eventually we'll get up to level 40 and get that ace crew. Basically, more or less by the time that it's free. So there's that. Add the Chinook so we can lift land ships into the front line. I don't think the Chinook could handle a 74-ton vehicle, but it's free to surprise me. Let's play the F-16 for a little bit, just a little bit. Maybe work on that event that everybody's so focused on, even though the Tornado IDS is just kind of okay. It's like the Tornado really isn't any good at anything, honestly. It's apparently the engine and weight of the aircraft is all completely wrong, and the only thing it really has on it is radar-guided air-to-ground missiles, which, interesting. But we're not going to be using it in the anti-ship role anytime soon, because you're going to tell... Okay, so when are we getting 10-7 in naval? Fucking never. Yeah, it's a pretty far gone conclusion there. We're probably not getting that for God knows how long, so let's have our sparrows here. Get ourselves 30 minutes of fuel, because she's still a tad weird. We still do not have combat flaps, but we'll manage. Also, those guys got up-ranked. Unless they're in a fucking platoon with somebody else. Yeah, it's fast, but so is literally everything else. Also, so now that we have HD modified, we can see our amazing F-16A cockpit with gauges and dials instead of, the MFDs that we're used to. Analog.
Incoming message from Allied Forces Operations Command.
It'd be nice to be able to see the HUD, but I suppose if I was playing in VR, I could. Alright, that should be high enough. Also, we can use the flaps, we just have to feather them until they actually give us a fucking combat flap setting. Which, yeah, that shouldn't have been removed from this ever. Okay, what are we dealing with here? I got no dots.
The enemy is winning.
This guy doesn't seem to have a dance partner. Hold, damn it. Hold! Good, fan-fucking-tastic. Thank you, General Dynamics! Oh, they all dip for flares. Feather it. There we go. See, see how she starts to slip like that? That's actually, hey, our combat flaps are working. You just have to feather it like, I don't know, I'm not supposed to do that. Thanks, Gaijin. Goes air brakes and actually gain some speed. That J7D's locking onto us. Box one. Come on. Come on. I'm spending money at a furious rate. You better fucking hit. Yeah! Ah. Dip for flares. Oh, who gives a fuck? I've got the gyroscope sight on, too. Wait, that's tracking. That's in! Yeah! All right. Shame about the combat flaps, but she can still do some business.
Operation complete. Return to base.
You see, it's probably spent a little bit too much money on buying this one, but work expense, I'll eventually work it back here. We made $2.50 on this stream, thanks to a dancing fool over there. We'll make our money back on that one, but it's enjoyable at least. So if I gotta be up here, I want to be flying this thing. That's what I want out of this, or what I want out of tier 8. If I gotta be flying up at top tier, this is pretty fun. It's just that I'd like my combat flaps, please. I should have them. In fact, I shouldn't even need to manage them. They should be fucking automatic, because, yeah, the F-16's quite expensive for a reason. It's shit like that that makes it incredibly fucking pricey, to the point where the aircraft almost failed to find buyers. Also, Jimmy Carter. Fucking Jimmy Carter, saying we can't sell our best shit to people, which is why the F-5E had such a, a great career as a budget fighter for everyone else. And also on top of that, since that law was repealed by Reagan, it's why the F-20 failed, because the F-20 wasn't really as good as an F-16, and you could buy the F-16s now after Reagan. So that's why the F-20 Tiger Shark didn't go anywhere, and why the F-5E was actually, it actually had its little niche in the Banana Republic Air Forces, and why the F-16 was, kind of a tough sell at the beginning. Give me my F-15s already. Probably soon. But if I gotta be up at tier 8, I want this thing. And you know what? For the most part, aside from Gaijin being Gaijin and the game being a fucking stupid ball of retarded things where Gaijin decides I want to gamify things, but no, I want to be realistic, and then I want to gamify them, and then I want to be realistic again, or rather, I want to gamify things and use an excuse to, make things, and saying they're being realistic when I'm not being realistic. It's a giant fucking stupid mess of retarded things that really shouldn't be as they are, but this at least functions acceptably in the role that I actually have. I'm a mad dog with heaters, and also, I do have sparrows now. So I have really no downsides here, aside from the combat flaps thing, which, they'll get that in a hotfix, most likely, hopefully. They wouldn't dare not give me my combat flap, so I can't use my incredibly maneuverable interceptor, which should be more automatic than it actually is. You wouldn't want me to be suboptimal in that one. That's kind of a bad look for Gaijin as a whole, but when the fuck does Gaijin, care about looking bad, aside from shit like parts in FPE? But so... maybe I'll get the Tornado IDS. It has a bit of a funny gimmick that might be effective, and you know what? I don't have any top-tier German jets, so maybe? I don't really give two flying fucks, though. I'll be playing this casually. So are we getting Raptors? There's no reason why we can't. That's the thing about this. There's absolutely zero fucking reason why we can't have stealth now. War Thunder has no cutoff date. If they try to insinuate that they have a cutoff date, and it's an excuse to buy time and just to make it look like they're not being lazy fuckers. We could go all the way up to modern jets, and current generation jets, and then beyond to shit that don't even exist, and there'd be no problem. There'd be no change. Stealth would just be... Stealth is a game mechanic. You already know what it's going to do. It's going to make radar locking for BVR impossible. And so what are you going to do then? It's going to be a big stupid game of Spot the Dot. Which, wow, you're playing rank 1 planes again. You're just spotting the dot and trying to, maintaining awareness and spotting the dot on the horizon and then going after the dot. You already know how it's just basically it just turns the radar off at top tier, which in itself might be interesting if radar weapons become incredibly reliable to the point where they're almost a foregone conclusion. But I don't think Gaijin's gonna fix radar to make it actually worth the damn for the most part anytime soon. But we did get 2 Sparrow hits that last round. That was good. The F-16 should have an effective radar, but as you saw while me playing earlier, holy fucking shit, she just loves to lose targets for no apparent reason. Like every other radar, because that's just War Thunder's radar. It's not really... There's not really a huge fucking difference between most planes most of the time. The radar is just incredibly obnoxious and stupid. The best radar system in the game, I think, was the EJ... the EJ Kai's radar, because that's actually the F-16's radar. So that was statistically better than all of the other radars that everyone had, but probably not by a whole lot. And, well... frankly, the radar mechanics are still stupid anyway. We have a cutoff date, they state while adding an IFE from like a year ago. Yeah, no, that is absolutely a lie. War Thunder has no cutoff date. It's just when they say things, like that, or try to insinuate that they can't, they can, they just don't want to be seen like they're being a bunch of lazy fuckers. That's really all it is. Belgium put the kibosh on the Kaiser. Yes, you back there. I see you. I will send you airmail. It is being sent. I'm composing the email as we speak. Ah! It went through the tree and still killed him. It went through the tree, and it still killed the man. Thank you, Char2C. Good lord, we're having so many frustrations. Good thing you can come through for us. Now we're just shelling people at long range. Oh no. Please fix the track. Why, yes, I am determined to play this game. Play this tank and do well in it. Oh, for the love of fuck! The M8s! Oh, come on! Wait, well, actually, come on, turn. No, wait. Nope. I am burning! learning less now! I'd love to be able to shoot!
We're ahead of the enemy.
Okay, the turret's working. If they make this dumb mistake of letting me shoot them.
Thank you very much.
No. You see, you get rushed like that and you die horribly. This is why you need support for that sort of thing. I still killed 3 people, but the moment I get surrounded at close range, the tank dies. That's the main balancing factor of the tank. But you see, the fucked up thing is, the other land ships don't necessarily have this problem. Like, even shit like the Independent. Like, hang on. Let's go compare the Independent and the NBFZ to this, because... honestly, they're not as good as the T-35 for various ergonomic issues, but they don't have this much of a weakness in terms of being surrounded. It's hilarious to watching people try to figure out where to shoot it, though. Yeah, it is funny to do that, but it'd be nice to actually shoot them back. It'd be rather nice to shoot the men back. So, let's go bring the Independent. We'll bring out the NBFZ, which I haven't played in a while. I'd love to have a platoon of land ships. That'd be rather nice. But the Char 2C really is just... It's very easily overwhelmed. Its power really isn't that big of a deal. It's excessive to the point of being worthless. It doesn't even really get you any kind of bonus, like, effects to it. Like, you don't, like, oh, well, a big stupid 155 howitzer. Well, you probably splash, like, 1 or 2 people if they're standing close together, right? No, you don't. You don't even get shit like that with the excessive caliber and HE filler. You don't get any advantages other than I can only shoot once. I will kill the man, but I can only shoot once, and then I am incredibly vulnerable. Do you have the JP boat? That is the only land ship that I do not actually have. The actual land ship. I do not have the boat. Nor do I have the funny Zis 30 landing craft. But the Independent, the problem with the Independent is just that it's got all of the characteristics, but it's in a suboptimal layout, and you've only got 1 turret as well. So you've got the same problem as the Char 2C, and I think this is actually a pretty good demonstrator of what the Char 2C would be like in its base configuration. Aside from the fact that I am twice the speed. The main problem is with the turret in the Independent is that everything is so fucking close together, so it's kind of easy to actually accidentally hit the entire crew, and then, well, you're fucked.
Allied forces have captured a zone. Enemy forces have captured a zone. Allied forces have captured a zone. Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Oh, we're playing realistic battles again. I just realized. Oh, hey.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
The target hasn't been hit. The shell hasn't done any damage.
Wow, okay. My AP isn't good enough to actually penetrate the front of a Char 2C. Huh. Those are bad shots, obviously, but there we go.
Target.
since I know my demise. We kind of want to hit on the left or right shoulder. Those are odds. A little bit of armor angling actually helps. I may die. Nope, now he's dead. Okay. So that was a Char 2C, and as you can see, he didn't really do anything. There's another one over there that also... Well, actually, no. He instantly died. He died, too. He was still alive, but he also died.
Attention to the map.
Where did he go? So the AP of this is actually kind of hard-pressed to get through the front of a Char 2C. Angle a little bit, I'm seeing them. Oh, that's another one. Okay, so we engaged all the land ships, and they're all dying horribly. Because they suck. The Independent gets the last laugh. Rather than sitting there shooting him, I know he's already dead. I'm going to go deal with other threats. No, that wasn't him. I thought that was a flak panzer, but... Oh! Shit! Ah! And there was another guy over there, too. Unfortunately, funny 76mm check tank. But again, I wasn't going to play arcade. I set the realistic battles. This is what I was doing all wrong the entire time. So the Independent, unfortunately, doesn't have nearly as much durability. Apparently, okay, the armor penetration on the Independent isn't as good as I thought it was. Or rather, the armor, again, on the Char 2C is somewhat durable. So it looks like angle a little bit, and that might actually help you survive. Because that's... How much penetration is that? 47mm of penetration. It's not fantastic, but, like, the best penetrating guns at this tier more or less only have, like, 60. So that's not that bad. But, okay, so... Angle a little bit on the Char 2C. That appears to be, that appears to make you a little bit more durable. But, yeah, some people are gonna be shooting you all day long, but really what you want to do is you want to cruise with support. You don't really want to... You don't really want to do anything, like... You don't want to do anything you would do in the T-35, which is the dumb thing. The T-35, you can get away with a whole lot of shit, as you saw by 13 kills. I'm amazed that I could still do that, but it is arcade. But thankfully, I could still do that. I thought those days were over now. But no, you can still do that in the right situations. I thought I was going to be hard-pressed to get more than 10 kills in a match, but that was because I was playing realistic battle like an idiot. But so the Char 2C, you want friends to play with. You can have fun in what it, for what it is, but you want friends to play with. Frankly, honestly, I really have rather the base Char 2C be the premium tank, and the 155 be an event vehicle, because I feel like that's all it really is. It's an event vehicle with some eccentricities, but all of its, like, anything that it really has is kind of just holding it all back. So it's really not as effective as, say, a premium vehicle, as you want to buy one, and, in comparison to its class of vehicle, anyway. It's really not as effective as the other land ships, and on top of that, kind of annoying to play in some capacities. So that fits the bill for most fucking gift vehicles that I get, or most event vehicles. Aside from shit like the Fury, which is the sole reason I have top-tier jets. But that was also simulator battles, still being what it was. But again, I'm basically a fucking BT at this point. Ah. Whoops, I didn't kill him. Oops, didn't kill him. Now he's dead.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Oh, hello.
The enemy tank has been destroyed.
Enemy forces have captured that zone.
Alright, so the Char 2C with the 75 probably would not be moving this quickly. Probably a bit slower, and it probably wouldn't be reloading this quickly either. It'd still be effective, Stop backing up, you fuck. Damn. Oh. Charge! Oh, god damn it. Too many people shooting at me. Oh, damn. Age! It probably won't save me, but... Why wouldn't you shoot, you fool? Why did you drive forward without firing? Damn it. Oh, well, whatever. Whatever. We were pretty effective there as well, but again, drove into a situation we couldn't really get away with. But also, let's go play the NBFZ. So, let's, the problem with the Independent is that she's not as, again, she's only got one turret. He's only got one turret, and when you get disabled like that, there's no real way of getting around it. Also, the crew isn't exactly fantastic. But as you saw, if you hit people, they fucking die. So, meanwhile, where's that old NBFZ? I haven't actually used this in God knows how long. Ground arcade battles, which, we get a 75, and well, APHE, with acceptable pen, even though it's a 37mm door knocker, but we get heat. Ooh. Which, again, the Shark 2C would also have as well. So maybe this is a better indication of what it would be like, even though you'd have the durability of a T-35 with this weapon, but you'd have only one gun. I don't think we're going to use 35 rounds. Let's dial that down a little bit. Let's try 25. We'll probably be all right. We'll be able to resupply at a point. But this is also kind of the issue with this vehicle. I think this has the least crew of all the, the mainline land ships, I think. So really what we are is a goofy heavy tank rather than, a true, weapon of battle like the other vehicles. And I'm just going to go drive near all of my team. We are, I believe, probably the... Well, actually, no. Can we go higher than 18? No. Okay, so we're the same speed as a T-35. We're obviously smaller, so we're going to be able to... we're going to be a little bit more nimble, but we're not any faster. For variety's sake, you'd bring this one into the formation. However, I think it's the squishiest of them all. But 75mm heat rounds... Yeah, the enemy units are fucking dead if they get hit by that. There's no armor at this tier that's gonna stop that. It might bounce off weirdly, but you ain't fucking stopping that. And you've got 2 follow-up shots at essentially the same... a follow-up shot at essentially exactly the same level as well. So... Would be nice if it was like double the size and had like 4 other turrets, but... You see, this is the major problem with this one. These can all go 18 and the Shark can only manage 8. This means that the Char is going to be struggling to keep up with the formation with the other vehicles. It going only about half the speed. It's going to be a little less noticeable in arcade, but you will still have problems like that. Her base configuration would probably be light enough to manage 12, maybe? Oh, Christ. I'd like to drive away, please. Yeah, that's a problem. Main turret ring's damaged, but it's not the same. Also, we do get artillery, I just noticed. which the Char 2C probably should get, even though placebo artillery is placebo artillery.
Roger that. Artillery, fire!
Well, now that we got a sec.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Really, at the end of the day, what we are is an eccentric Panzer IV.
Need cover. I refuse. Returning to the airfield.
Artillery is over position. Roger that. Confirming fire.
They're all around us. Okay, her backup speed is really awful. That's funny how the Char 2C's reverse speed is just as good as it is forward, but this thing is actually really awful at reversing.
If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win.
This is going to pose a slight problem. Well, I suppose I should wait then, because going around that corner is going to get me shot by the dude camping over there. However, everybody slowly approaching is getting shot in the face too. Yeah, so backing up of this thing is actually rather awful. So is turning, at least in place. Oh, hell. That's that funny 155 recoilless Swede. Yeah, I ain't going out there. Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I ain't going out there, though. I'm gonna get flanked, though, because there's nobody else here. I ain't fucking going out there.
Alert.
The enemy is preparing for our repeat. The enemy is preparing.
Reload, 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 reload! No. Again, T-35, bang, 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 bang. I would have actually gotten a chance to actually kill these guys, but no. Fuck it. Artillery on my position! Okay, so you are an eccentric Panzer IV. That is essentially all the NBFZ was. This is why I probably don't really play it all that much. It's not that good. But again, okay, cycling back to the T-35, let's have a comparison round, shall we? Just to compare, it seems that unfortunately the T-35 set a trend and then is the undisputed master of this trend. The end. Because it doesn't seem like anything else actually really comes close to the T-35 in terms of, you know, durability and effectiveness, aside from the Char 2C, but then it's weighed down by its weapon system and lack of turrets. So, to be the best land ship, you need to be completely incomprehensibly, impractical. You need, 8 turrets with actual guns on them. You need 20 crew. Enough ammunition to level a fucking city. But don't actually take that, you'll explode violently in War Thunder. But for comparison...
Incoming message from Allied Forces Operations Command.
this side. We're gonna go this side because there's a building in the way. We can cross into the plaza like that, but we won't go down to Main Street. We're gonna cut in here.
Forces have captured a zone. Enemy forces have captured a zone.
I suppose the upside that if you happen to actually fight another land ship, the 155, not that we've actually been able to engage any other ones, the 155 will assure the death of whatever land ship you're shooting at. Yep, they're all here. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Oop.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Got the hit.
The enemy
Dead.
is winning.
Thank you, stern gun. Oop. What compares to this? Nothing! Okay.
On target.
There you go, fucking finally.
Thanks.
Enemy tank has been destroyed.
Oh god, bombs. Well, keep running. Keep running! Just don't stay here, just keep fucking running. You got it. You'll be fine. I'm gonna go seal club some more. See you guys later. You want anything from the store?
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Got it. The gun's reloaded.
Again, I haven't even taken a single point of damage.
The enemy is winning. We've got to counterattack.
Ah.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Another zone captured, we have the advantage.
Good lord, that Stuka is anxiety-inducing. It's what the Jericho Siren is supposed to do that, and it works. Kind of tells you where the plane is, though, but boy howdy does it tell you, it scares the living fucking bejesus out of you. Holy shit, someone actually got a shot off on me. Now guns hit. Oh no! Too much fire! Oof! Ah! E! Ah! Driver's still alive though. Oof. Ah. Could have been a little bit more cautious there, but well, he's dead. They can't kill the driver. That's what's keeping me alive. And I'm gonna get a spare crew member now, which means I have a gun again. The only problem is that guy's gonna instantly die because
The victory is near.
we already won anyway. That's a bad idea turning in front of the enemy spawn like that, but oh well, I already basically won. 10 fucking kills! Why play anything else when you've got that kind of capability? Yeah, sure, I made a bad move there and I got killed by all those guys because I didn't actually see any of them when I made the move. I could have been a little bit more cautious in knocking those guys out and didn't drive directly into there, but nothing compares to that. The first and the best, the only, the T-35. So, yeah, that's unfortunately still my, you know, that was my perception of the entire thing before going into this, and, you know, it seems to be true. If you just wanted a land ship in general, you buy the T-35 and you're actually having a whole shitload of fun. That's what the thing is, unfortunately. That is the best vehicle in its comparatively small class of vehicle. And if you don't have a good reason to play anything else, you really shouldn't be playing anything else. Okay. So, we'll play one more just as, you know, as a courtesy because it's brand new. But, yeah, T-35, very fucking good at leading a charge and then murdering everyone in front of you. This thing, very good at murdering single target. That's not necessarily an incredibly hard thing to do in this situation either, but I suppose if you needed to knock out a T-35 on the enemy team, then you'd want a Char 2C, because then you're the anti-land ship, effectively. So, there are some roles that this could utilize, but generally speaking, T-35 is still going to be more generally effective and will be leading the formation wherever it goes if you play with, you know, in a group. You need cover, and boy howdy do you need even more cover than usual in this thing. They all are, the death of all of them are, you know, is getting focused. But as you can see by the T-35, you could do a whole fucking lot before you get focused. Ugh.
Protect the sea point.
Enemy forces have captured a zone. Allied forces have captured a zone.
And I suppose, now that I'm thinking about it, if ever there is PvE content that requires high explosive, your large caliber high explosive, you can in fact also be a siege mortar, and that could also be your role if you wish to play that PvE content with a bunch of land ships, like an absolute Giga Chat. I'll wait, because I was always going to be shot full of fucking holes anyway. And then he moves. You just get instantaneously fucking stun locked, and that is awful. But if I had a support land ship, he would have seen the guy, he would have seen the shot, he'd be tracking him, and the man'd be dead. And that's a Matilda Hedgehog.
Attention to the
Who is... Well, I knocked out his gun. That probably would have been... That probably would have... Oh no, he's launching the rockets. Oh no! Oh no! Where'd it go? There it is. Yep, he has rockets. That's his funny event vehicle. However, I suppose if I was being really quirky about it, what I could do is attempt to fire over his shoulder, and if we're real lucky... What? What? Where did that shot go? Okay, so Matildas, apparently very hard for you to kill. Very chewy, too tough. Up late, Goon. I won't be up for very much longer here, but I just decided to come back and play a little bit more, and we showcased, we found that, you know, play the Char 2C in arcade. However, the T-35 is still far and away the best fucking land ship you could buy. What a shocker, the first is also the best. This thing just has way too many problems holding it back, and also parts that actually make it inferior to other land ships, and for really no benefit. She's actually incredibly difficult to play. Even though, yes, you do one-hit people left and right, the problem is, so can basically anything else. Can I get a hand? Yo, you and like the 4 fucking people around me? A hand? A hand! Thank you. Track's broken again. Angle a little bit, actually. That'll probably stop my crew from dying. Have that spare crew? Yeah, thanks. Hey guys, we're being flanked by a fucking steward. It'd be rather nice if you could help us. Again, a T-35 would have looked at that guy oncoming, shot him dead.
Thank you very much.
Thank you! Unfortunately, I was born with horrible deficiencies. I'm disabled. Actually, I'm pretty good for World War I scenarios, but not in this configuration. This was a very bad idea. I went to the gym and lifted, and I had a terrible time. Thank God! Thank God we finally killed the Matilda. The 100 Years' War is finally over, and... I will defend you with my tremendous girth! Cease! Cease your molestation of my allies! Be gone! Minor heroism. So this, you're having a bit of trouble there, SU-76. Those benches a little bit too much to get over. So, she plays very well with other team members in support. You really need a whole horde of lighter tanks or other land ships to support you. She needs an entourage. Of which we're getting one now, currently. Hopefully you don't all instantly die. I'll be sure to stop well in advance so you guys don't get immediately threatened by anything that comes around the corner and tries to kill you. Like that guy. No! Oh. I suppose I didn't have any other crew left in it, but he's dead anyway. Oh well. We're losing horribly, too. What a shame. Eh. So, she's more of a comedy act than anything, and she's really just generally ineffective in a lot of ways. You sure, you shoot the man, he dies. However, the problem is not that moment. The problem is every other single second, aside from the 1 second you fire the shell, it's flying towards the enemy, and it's going to kill him. Every single second outside of that is plagued with immense issues, and can immediately cause the vehicle to be rendered inoperable, or dead. Or doomed, really. You're very easily doomed. And, FCM 36. Wait. And hey, look, I finally researched something. All right, the BTRZ. Wow. Well, get back on it. I'm never actually researching anything up there. But wait, the AM. That is the tank. Literally too bad to actually still be in the game. They removed that. It's got a talisman now. It makes it a little bit better then. I guess I'm collecting. I got one for the D2. I got one for a French. For the French Hawk up there. So I suppose I'm collecting talismans in my goofy land fortress. Maybe that's something that's good at. Good drop rates. Let's play one match in the F-16 and find ourselves a good place to log off. Since it's late, but she's just got major problems that her configuration doesn't help. She can have more turrets than the T-35, but she can be as durable, but the major issue is she just needs a better, faster firing gun or lots of fucking help. You don't want to play that thing alone, or if you're playing it alone, you want to be near teammates just in case something goes horribly wrong. Yeah, sure, you'll one-hit anybody you hit, but the problem is, you also pay for that capability drastically, and not in the ways that you'd expect, because the T-35 is basically the same tank as you. However, its design and its idiosyncrasies about its design actually cover and actually amazingly utilize all of the strengths of what it's done to itself, or like what it has to offer. What the design actually gives the tank. Every single thing that you would think would be an encumbrance and a problem is suddenly a strength. So sadly, in order to actually do anything of value, or actually get another land ship of value, a new and exciting vehicle, we'd have to have something like the T-35 or even more goofy. But I don't think there was anything actually built like that. I mean, wasn't the point of land ships to be big behemoths that attacked infantry and defenses and would be protected from other more mobile tanks with lighter tanks? I mean, suppose, yes? But they were all supposed to be effectively battlefield superiority vehicles. If they came near an enemy, they would be immediately destroyed. You know, if they had an enemy tank as well, and their armor for the day would have held up in order to allow them to do that. But yes, they are more fixed fortification and, infantry, suppression weapons, seen by all the machine guns. But the T-35 has good anti-tank guns. Really, really fucking good anti-tank guns, and its configuration allows it to take hits and remain functioning at optimal capacity for far longer than the Char 2C could ever hope to. And if the crew in the turret gets disabled, you have two other turrets that can swing around and potentially kill the enemy for you. So it's not one gun and then the whole fucking tank's disabled. So you can keep fighting, you can keep, killing longer and get over those awkward moments where the enemy does get the drop on you and does get the shot on you. Your size suddenly doesn't really become that big of a detriment because you're able to immediately respond to everyone around you to the point where it's effectively a balanced engagement in a way. In a really weird-ass way. Is he dead? Did you get him? No, you did not. Raytheon. I am so glad we have those Sparrows. I figured the F-16 was going to be one of the first vehicles that I actually have that has radar that isn't awful. Though granted, the J is pretty good, but this is just another, this is another level of this is how radar should have worked from the get-go. or rather, how radar gameplay should have worked. Yeah, realism always enters into the equation, but frankly, this is what I wanted radar missiles to be, but they were just generally not radar. Nearly this good ever. Well. Oh well. Wait, hang on. Reacquire. Reacquire. No. He's in the dirt. That 104 probably doesn't see that. It's dipping for flares. Dipping for flares and a whole bunch of other shit. Catch! Hey! Right in the fucking face. Oh. Oh boy, that's a bunch of guys coming at us.
Alert.
He's dead.
Alert.
He's dead. He's probably also dead. Come on, can I get the lock? That's a dumb idea. That is a tremendously dumb idea. Oh, yep. I paid for the dumb idea. You don't do that. That's why you don't do that. That's why you don't fire heaters in a frontal arc. I thought I could get away with it, but no, you don't do that. They're all dead anyway. That's why you don't do that. That's exactly why you don't fire heaters in the frontal arc, because the heater doesn't have any IFF. It just sees,
Enemy
oh, hot.
forces eliminated.
And
Nice
will go
work, COM
towards
team.
literally anything in front of it. It don't matter. That's why exactly you don't do that. I thought I could get away with it. I thought my friendlies were far enough behind, but then that F-14, shrieked in a little faster. I thought I could get that, but that's what I lost. I lost money doing that, but I still gained money because I got those other kills. So yeah, that part about everything doesn't change. Don't do that. Yep, still made money. A lot of accidental team kills though. All right, before we get I got boosters too. Wow, great, fantastic. A little bit more fucking maneuverability. But as vapid and stupid as top tier gameplay is, let's play one. Wait, no, that was good enough. Yep, I've seen here before. I've been here 1,000 times before. No. I've had enough. It's 11:30 at night, and we've played. How long have we played for? This is 2.5 hours, 5, 6, 7, another 8 hours of War Thunder today. But earlier this morning, and then now. So yeah, I think that's enough. I think it's fine. I'm gonna go check on my grandmother, see if she needs anything. So well, that's Apex Predators, not Apex Legends. Yes, legendary Apex Predators. The Char 2C, unfortunately, not as good as the T-35. Entertaining variety. The F-16, up here, yeah, great, fantastic. It should have its fucking combat flaps, though. That's about the only problem with it. I'm not nearly as maneuverable as I should be, and I bet your ass that, hang on here. One thing we will do before we log off. I bet your ass. I bet your ass that the F-16A, the other one, which is the worst plane, by the way, I bet your ass if we go up and we retract the gear, and then when I press F, when the gear is already in, yeah, right, yes, take off, wait, what, really? It doesn't have combat flaps either? That doesn't make any sense! They took them off of all of them? Why, though? That's kind of important for, the whole operation of the vehicle. Huh. That appears to handle a little bit better. Honestly, it shouldn't be, it shouldn't be handling better, but it is. Does that sight even really work? Not really? Right. Okay, they took the combat flaps off of all of the F-16s, even though she should have automatic flaps, but obviously, as you can see, the flaps are not automatic, and you do not actually gain any bonuses from turning at optimal cornering speed unless you, feather the flaps with the F button. So this seems to be some really underhanded nerf towards the F-16 for some bizarre reason, probably a temporary one because they know because the Fulcrum doesn't have as many advantages now that the R-73 doesn't exist anymore. But so yeah, go fuck yourself, Gaijin. Give me my fucking functioning combat flaps so my hyper maneuverable single seat interceptor can actually do its fucking job. Otherwise, this is not worth anyone getting. Don't rush up here. It's not that great. I have it here so I can continue to make content, but yeah, don't rush. I mean, it's funny to see the the Sparrows actually hit things, but you could probably do the same thing in the F4J, quite honestly. So, if you're up there, don't rush. Your F14 probably a little bit more balanced, but this has just got some new eccentricities on it. The radar's slightly better than the F14As. From what I can see, it actually holds on to fucking target, but really, these are all janky as fuck. They're not functioning properly. Hopefully a hotfix fixes that one, but yeah, up here is a mess, and this is what you're getting every patch. You're not getting new, amazing, effective vehicles. What you're getting is comedy acts of, cut corners and lazy-ass incompetent developers most of the time, releasing half-baked content, and then deciding, and then just kind of hiding behind a wall of excuses, and moderators that come up with really dumb excuses like, oh, well, you have the F-14 on the US tree. You don't need BVR missiles, even though I'm not playing that plane, and because of your retarded matchmaking, I may fight that plane, compounding the weaknesses of my plane. But we righted this with the ADF. However, the ADF is completely incorrect currently. It should be far better than the F-16A as it is, but it's only kind of sort of a little bit, maybe just kind of, but they both seem to have crippling issues for some bizarre fucking reason. Again, what's polish? This patch was rushed out astoundingly quickly. So she's a mess, Captain. So yeah, don't get too too excited about the F-16 and everything else up here, and don't feel too bad that you happen to be far away. This is really a giant mess. It's more problems than it's worth. Buy a fucking T-35 and play fucking arcade and just have fun. Jesus Christ, this is silly. I'm luckily getting away with a bunch of kills and leaving while I'm up, right? Leaving while I'm on the win, right? On the upswing, right? Yep, that's probably the best way to be playing War Thunder, because, Lord, it's not always an upswing, and boy howdy is it awful when it's not. But, so, I'm gonna stop rambling, and I'm gonna call it a night. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's Apex Predators. Really, everything in the patch is kind of a series, like, all the big things, I suppose. At least the F-16s, they're not that great. They're nice, but they're not that great. Don't know what the state of the Tornadoes is, other than them being inaccurate. Don't know what's going on with the Fulcrum, but I ain't seeing too many of them, so don't know what's going on there. Char 2C, not that great. Good for comedy. I want the other fucking variants of the thing in. If you want a land ship, play a T-35, and if you want the Char 2C, bring some friends along. But that's all that I can see in the new update, and that's all that really matters to me. But, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be playing the F-16 and the Char 2C, most likely for a long time now. But as for what that's going to entail, I have no idea. One day at a time, I guess. But that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. I have been your host, Phontomen. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the show. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you next time. Good night.